Five Loaves Pantry began because in December of 2013, at our Seekers group, which is a youth group that meets at the church twice a month, two of the young men were overheard hearing that they needed to eat up at the meal that is always provided because there would not be anything for them to eat when they got home. When the adults at the Seekers group heard the comments the young men were making, they were indeed very alarmed at what they were hearing and surprised, and felt that there was a need that our church could serve. From our leaders overhearing that conversation and bringing the idea to the church administrative council, they gave their go-ahead. A committee was formed to pursue this. The former McClave store owner donated the building for us to use, which we're still in. We had our utilities donated. The congregation of the church and the community were both just fantastic in the amount of things that were donated. In March of 2014, less than 3 months, we were up and running. Since then, we've grown from just serving 4 families that first time to so far this year, we've served over 10,000 meals.
Well, it helps me because I'm just one person in my household. My husband passed away 5 years ago. It's pretty tough. When I get through paying my bills, there's just not much left over because I don't make very much money to buy groceries, especially at the price they are. Coming to the pantry, they have what will tie me over.
We allow them to shop just like a regular grocery store so they can pick the food that their family will eat. We provide about any kind of food that you might think of. We have meat, milk, eggs, cereal, beans, all kinds of vegetables, very wide variety that they can choose from.
You guys are a lifesaver. That's how I see it, because I can't afford the stuff to get right now because it's towards the end of the month and it's hard for me to provide stuff at the end of the month. You guys provide the snacks for them. You guys provide the milk for them, the cereal, and stuff I cannot afford.
They're allowed to choose whatever they would like, and so we feel that keeps waste down to a minimum. We have no income restrictions. We serve anyone that comes to the pantry and wants food.
It helps me a bunch. I'm on a fixed income. I'm totally disabled. I cannot work. My wife just passed away. It'll be 2 years, the 28th of this month. I'm still paying her hospital bills because I didn't have the money to pay it all off. And if it wasn't for this, there'd be times that I'd be eating nothing but bread and stuff.
I found out from a friend about the food pantry, and I've been coming ever since. They're a godsend. They saved us from eating just maybe a meal every other day. About 9 years ago, I lost my job and my house and my car and everything else along with it, and we've just learned how to cope with things. And I live in Los Animas, and there's 6 of us in the household. My daughter and her 3 kids. They are wonderful little girls, wonderful little girls. There for the longest time, way before the pantry, it was one big meal, and that was it. We ate at 2 o'clock every day to sustain us until the next day, 2 o'clock. And that was when I didn't know of any help. I go every time there's pantries open and I get my food because I might not need it as much at the beginning of the month, but I have it stocked away for, the end of the month when I really need it because it gets really lean then. It's a huge help. Without it, I just had a heart attack, was in the hospital for 3-4 days. I missed the pantry, And I sat there last night thinking, I have tonight's meal and tomorrow morning's cereal, but what do I do next? Because I missed that time, but, I can't miss. I have to be here.
We're open twice a month, second and fourth Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30. Being twice a month definitely helps the families, especially towards the end of the month. We have a telephone number is available for anyone that needs food in between those distributions. During the holidays, we have traditional holiday items.
4th of July was wonderful. I didn't have to worry about the meal because they gave us everything from the paper plate to the watermelon. So we got to have our nice meal, go out, watch fireworks, and come home and eat some watermelon, go to bed. We were doing all good. But if it wasn't for that, then I would be worried, well, what do I get? Gosh, we can't have fried taters and beans again tonight. So I'm thankful for the stuff we get.
The National Honor Society at McClave School has, for the last year, been cleaning and stocking the pantry. It allows them to not only do community service, but it broadens their awareness of what is going on in their communities.
You can go without TV. You can go without, a luxury like that. But meals isn't right for kids to not have. It breaks a person's heart when they cry for a bologna sandwich. Not for a steak, baked potato, or, something fancy, a bologna sandwich. Well, Grandma, why can't we eat what we want when we want it? It's hard because you got to tell them you don't have it. But they're getting older and they participate with the garden. Yeah, the bologna thing, it hit hard when she asked. Took me a little while to actually think of something to say. It's heartbreaking, Pastor, but they're getting prepared for if this would happen to them, it won't be so hard on them. Oh, my grandma did this. I can do it. I can be strong with my grandma and ask for help.
It's a very humbling experience to serve these people and see how grateful they are for what we're providing.
And this has been a blessing to help me out on groceries.
I need a miracle to happen for me, but you know what? You guys are my miracle through the food and everything.
It's important to me to be able to come over and get something to eat and not go hungry. That's basically not going hungry. That's it right there. That's the bottom line.